Hopefully, hopefully it freaking starts working. Oh, there he is. It's okay. It's going to take Bill a few minutes to catch up too.
Sorry, Mr. Stevenson, we're unprofessional. Hey, Trevor, you are telling them that we're not like Walter Cronkite, right?
I didn't say shit, man. I just said, hey, you want to come on for a shit shooting fucking good time?
Yeah, that's good. At least it's not like serious journalism. You're letting them know that.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So I tell
Tonight on the Not at All Daily Show.
We want to make sure expectations are really low.
Exactly.
Exactly. That way, if it goes well, they're like, fuck, it wasn't that bad.
Exactly.
So where's Mark Wilkins?
I don't know.
I mean, not sound like a
There
jerk.
he is. There he is. There is a little icon. Come on, you little bastard.
Yeah, no, I literally said for a sit-down shit shooting Zoom interview.
There you go.
That's really good.
Right? That's what I say to them all. Fucking, it works apparently. They're like, oh, thank God we don't have to fucking worry about being professional.
No, just sit down and talk about dumb shit.
Exactly. Hey, Mark, how's it going?
Hey, how do we expand this? This has got to be the skinny one.
I think if you swipe left or right, you should be
There we
able
go.
to.
Here I am.
Yeah. All right. There he is.
How the hell the gang's all here?
Come on, bud.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody's here.
Everybody's here but Bill.
Well, yeah, he's the main.
I thought you guys were going to send a link. What is all this password and shit? What's all that about?
You talk to Trevor, man.
Well, there's passwords and there's links and there's
The links make it so much simpler.
I know.
I got to do this for therapy every week.
All right.
Because we were having like massive
Or Descendents
technical problems right as this was going on. Like the other computers like locked up.
I wasn't going to wear a Descendents t-shirt.
Uh-huh.
I was going
I'm in here right now. Computer. So
you totally missed out on a conversation, Matt.
Yeah, I guess you did.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
at least Matt is stable today. Usually I get epilepsy watching him try to interview people.
Well, I'm stable right now.
Yeah.
I'll become unhinged soon enough.
Yeah, you can be unhinged all you want. Just keep the camera steady.
No.
Yeah.
I like touring around Matt's house with him.
You do realize that Bill has had like brain surgery, right? It might not be good for him to be seeing all.
That's why I'm sitting here like this.
He's quite comfortable talking about it. I mean, have you seen his scar?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, he has no problem talking about it.
Oh no, I know. I'm just joking.
I mean, it was that and the blood clot he had that made him find the thing in his brain. I mean, this thing, the blood clot, I guess, was just log or something.
Fuck. Yeah. No,
hey, something's on fire over there. You might want to put that out.
No, it's not. That's not fire. It's my robot cock. Sorry, I don't do traditional tobacco.
What is that? A vape?
It's just my vape. Yeah, it's just my vape.
You go for it ultra concentrated.
6 years ago.
You a White Claw guy too?
No, I'm more of an Angel Soft guy.
That's shit paper.
Yeah. You said White Cloud. White Cloud's also shit paper.
White Claw.
Oh,
with a vape pen.
No.
It's got a vape pen. You must drink White Claws.
No, I don't drink White Claws. I'm having a refreshing Hell or High watermelon tonight. It's a wheat ale with watermelon. It's delicious.
I'm having a very large vodka tonic.
Low brow.
I'm the only one that doesn't drink. We're going to tour my house and go to the refrigerator because I need
Trevor. I haven't seen a
coffee and
Low brow in like 20
water.
fucking years.
Really? I drink it like fucking water, man.
I'm gonna have a Pepsi.
Dude. Well, enjoy your okay, Mike. Enjoy your Pepsi.
Damn it! You said it first.
That's right. So anyway, we had a show with Brady last night. That was pretty good. I had a good time with him.
Oh, yeah.
He's a hell of a nice guy, as I suspected. So it's nice having him. We're gonna have to get some other you fools on here, and you guys can tell us your life story while we grill you. What do you think, Mark?
Yeah.
Mark has a really, really interesting story, and I'd love to hear it again.
Which one?
We got.
Well, just just the stuff you told me. Growing up, all that stuff. You should come on. You should come on and do that with us, man. That'd be great.
I think F. Scott was right when he said American lives don't have second acts. So, so that's why biography doesn't make
people get to know you, and know the man, behind all the music that's put up out there for them.
Yes.
I like your Yoda, by the way. Yes.
Nice. I got my Gretsch over here, and then my Godin's over there.
He prominently just plays that hollow body. I've noticed. I'm like, dude, that is a sweet guitar.
It's not for playing. It's just for looking at.
Those things are great guitars, man.
It is a beautiful guitar.
It sure is.
Caught my eye right away, and I had a nice, like, ivory kind of Ibanez hollow body, and
oh, nice.
I was like, fuck it, I want that Gretsch.
The Gretsch has those unique pickups, though.
Yeah.
I mean, they're even more iconic than, and I guess a few things are as iconic as the P90s, but they definitely have their own vibe.
Yeah.
And the whole reason they came up with it was because of Chet Atkins is like, you want to make me a guitar?
Yeah.
You gotta make it so it doesn't hum.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how they figured out how their interesting design, and their first one to use the rails.
Yeah.
Instead of the pins.
It's either me or him that talk to the talents, if you will.
Yeah, no, it's.
I don't know, man. I talked for like an hour about what time it is.
I'll get him on here. You talk to him, man.
Oh, you're talking to him, buddy. This is all you're doing.
No.
I'm following you, man.
Fuck that.
No, fuck you. You're doing it, buddy. You got to carry the show, bro.
Oh shit.
I'm just gonna sit here.
I'm the only person that brought questions.
Yep.
No, I got a couple. Don't you think for a minute you're the only
Mark, you're
person
acting like we're fucking professionals, dude.
Yeah, I mean, what the fuck?
I just had a couple loose questions, but
we never write anything down. We just wing it.
Yeah, we just talk shit.
Hey,
I talked about what I wanted to talk about.
I've got nothing written down either.
I don't know if you can say. Says
I mean,
Bill,
Trevor wrote some shit down. Bill, set
timer, and the date. That's all I got.
Hey! How much time do we have with this guy? Did he set a time?
I said 20, 25 minutes, but
yes, perfect. That's good.
That's great. That's
yeah.
Always
some of these things that go on an hour and a half. I'm like, I don't have time for this shit. So I can't imagine many other people do either. So
yeah.
Hey, they always our guests so far have been like extremely generous with their time. Yeah. Dude, Chris Dolly sat with me and McKeever for an hour and a half. I mean, what in the fuck did we have to talk about for an hour and a half? I just kept asking, and you remember that one time that you and AZ did that? Yeah, that was cool. It was like straight up Chris Farley moments over and over and over and over. Remember when you guys did One More Minute? Yeah, that was sweet. And he's just like, yeah. I'm like, oh, it was great. You better fucking never hope we get Bad Religion on here. I'll be going, remember that time you guys did American Jesus? That was awesome.
I know it's a shitty fucking take.
I came from it through a back door. I found all tapes. And they were the cutouts or the advanced releases of
all right,
Pummel and Broken Things. And I just put them on tape and spun them forever. I'm like, man, I love these things. And then like somebody's like, that's the same guys from the Descendents, and granted, it wasn't until they came out with Everything Sucks, and then it was like I put the faces together.
Right on.
Because it wasn't really those guys when the Descendents kind of hung it up. I mean, yeah, there was the last All record, the Descendents All record. But you didn't really think about it so much because they were all new guys in the band. But it was like, oh shit, yeah.
Right.
Because
So,
Stephen and Carl were both from
Is
All.
he ready?
Yeah,
What?
yeah. Bill's in the
Okay, let's look alive.
All right, guys.
Are we on?
Here we go. Showtime.
Take this job seriously.
Everyone be quiet.
It's pretty rad.
You know, when I said I'd love to see my name in print, this isn't what I meant.
Hey man, it looks okay. You know, Chandra Wilkins. There you go, buddy.
And
He's
there,
gonna know.
There you are.
there he is, the man.
Oh,
The
whoa.
myth, the legend.
How come there's so many people?
How's it going, Bill?
Oh, no, I'm worried, Matt,
This
that
is
you're
our
gonna
crew,
feel like
Bill.
we're ganging up on you.
This is Punk Rock Family TV, man.
Oh, okay. I think I need to fix my phone thing or something. It didn't give me any alerts like to tell me. See,
Oh,
I have it on my thing. Can you see it there?
Yeah.
On my
That's,
phone? Can
Yeah.
you see it in my phone?
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Zoom me, see there?
yeah.
You sure did. You plugged it right in your phone, man. Thank you.
But it didn't remind me because see, there's my notifications like for the last hour, and I told it to remind me an hour ago.
Oh, shit.
Damn phones.
It's all right.
good.
Do you know where you go to set that to tell your calendar to not hide your reminders?
Uh,
I haven't a clue.
no.
I could get my wife, she probably knows.
We're flying by the seat of our pants here too.
I'm gonna have my son do it. It's like you have to be under 30 to know how to use stuff now.
Oh,
I believe that.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that.
Mr.
So
Bill
we want to
Stevenson,
thank
how
you,
are you?
Bill.
Yeah, I'm sorry I messed up the scheduling and everything.
Oh, hey.
I tried
oh,
my
no,
best.
you're doing
Every
awesome.
time I confirm an interview, I set a little phone reminder. I hope that doesn't happen more because we have a lot of them now because of Ninth and Walnut, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's all
We heard the "Don't You Baby." I thought that was pretty good, Bill. I liked it a lot. Thought it sounded really good.
They know that you've not got one fucking thing to hide. Yeah, it's brought back a lot of good memories of Frank, you know,
Yeah.
from when we were kids.
Was that tricky to line up those tapes and trying to get it to sound the same? And
I mean, it is the same. What do you mean?
oh, I meant, you know, I thought you flew in Milo's vocals on top of an old master.
No. I mean, we got together in 2002 at the blasting room, and we recorded all our old songs, like our first original song.
Okay.
But then Milo didn't do the vocals till later. But I mean, it's the same, you know, thing whether you do them the next day or, you know. In this case, 16 years later.
Yeah, I just was under the
No, there
impression
wasn't any really like tomfoolery. It was done the same way Milo Goes to College was done, or Cool to Be You, or Grow Up, or whatever. Like the band, we played all the songs together as a band live, you know,
Right.
and then Milo overdubbed the vocals. That's kind of how a lot of our records have been made.
right. I was just under the impression that the band part was older than 2002. I was led to believe otherwise.
The songs are like, some of them were written in like maybe even 75, 76, 77, 78, 79.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Some of those, Frank wrote those when he was a kid, you know?
That's so awesome. I've been a pretty long time fan. I mean, I'm not that old, I guess, but You know, Bill, what I wanted to ask you, one of the things I wanted to ask you is, your drumming, you hit hard. Okay. Probably one of the hardest hitting drummers I've ever seen. But when I watch you drum, it sure doesn't look like it. How
he's very relaxed.
So smooth. You know, how do you get to play so smooth, but still you're crushing everything?
Well, I guess there were a few things that kind of shaped my style. And if you really want a good answer, it'll take a minute.
That's cool.
We got a minute.
So I used to kind of flail around a lot because I felt like it might be my only shot at being able to attract the attention of a female, because no girls ever talked to me until my band kind of got a little bit of notoriety. No female ever spoke to me, so I thought, well, maybe if I show off a bit, I could attract some attention for myself. But then particularly when I started producing records and I started recording drummers, I noticed that they're wasting a lot of energy trying to make me think they're kicking ass rather than actually kicking ass. Kicking ass comes from somewhere down in your gut. It doesn't come from flailing around. And so I started controlling my movements more because I noticed almost a correlation when I was producing records. The more the person was kind of wild and out of control, the more difficult it was to get good tones on the drums. And then when I was mixing, the drums wouldn't sit in the mix because when they give it that real heavy, and then they get tired immediately. And then you get a bunch of soft, weak hits after that. So you're trying to ride fader all the time just to get the drums to sit in the mix. So I just learned to make everything really stable, so everyone could really bop their heads to it and pat their foot to it and really make it stable for everyone, so that like the blind guy at the show will totally dig it because he's not looking at what I look like when I'm playing. And so I just started controlling. And then another thing happened, which is I started playing maybe 5 years ago, although this maybe isn't totally what you're saying, but so in somewhat recently, I started using those in-ear monitors, and then that was like, oh, wow, I can hear every little micro error. So
that's cool.
I really started like, okay, every hit's just got to be not too hard, not too soft. They have to be perfect, just like the record, Yeah. And that's when I really went crazy. And I remember. Okay, then the other thing is in 1983, when Black Flag was practicing, we practiced in this little kind of our building was in this kind of a courtyard that surrounded a public park in Long Beach. And so all the people that were in the park, they could kind of come and peek their head in and watch us practice if they wanted to. Well, this one time, this old like wino black dude came stumbling in the door, and he goes, "Oh man, why you all playing around like that? Let me show you how to hit that snare drum." And I'm like, "Oh, this is gonna be funny," because he was drunk. But he goes, "I'll bet you I can hit that snare drum twice hard as you, only by flicking my wrist." And I go, "Yeah, I got to see that." And sure enough, he got a better tone out of my drums than I did because he knew how to hit them. And so I guess I just started really focusing on some of that. So that homeless wino taught me something. And then It was cool. About 3 years ago at Punk Rock Bowling, New Jersey Punk Rock Bowling, right when we finished playing, and I was walking behind the stage to go get off the stage, and Brian from the Bouncing Souls, Brian, he grabs me like this on the shoulders, and he goes 2-inch punch, and I go, "Yeah, 2-inch punch."
Marciano, yeah.
It's like Brian was the one guy that actually could see what I was doing. 2-inch punch. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see
I
it. When
remember I
watch
felt
him play,
so
I'm like,
happy
"Holy
that
Moses."
I felt so happy that he noticed, you know.
Absolutely.
So that's the
I've
story.
noticed it.
That's the
It just
story.
it's insane. Like the power you get on a cymbal is it's something to behold. I mean, as a drummer,
Yeah, but it's
I know what
delicate.
you're doing, and it's amazing.
Well, I've been practicing today. You know, we're starting to get some shows on the calendar, but I got to get myself back. You know,
Back to road
I
ready.
can't just not play for, you know, months and months. I mean, not play at that level and then just
Yeah.
walk up and pull it out. I got to get myself back going. I mean, I'm on a regimen now. I got to get some spring training going here, whatever you want to call it. 'Cause
Right on.
I'm a long way from where I need to be right now. Really,
you'll get there.
really long way.
And that's a lot of songs to learn too, especially for that punk rock bowling show. You got to do the Descendents and the all sets, right?
Oh, the all stuff is so brutal. So brutal to play that, but the most brutal stuff is the Only Crime stuff.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah. That stuff, especially the newest record, Pursuance. Some of those drum parts, like on that song "See It Die," because those guys, most of them are at least 10 years my junior, and so like Matt Hoffman, the guitar player, he's like, "Oh, why don't you try this?" And I'm like, "Why don't you try it? I can't play that." And he's like, "Just play it." So yeah,
Come on,
some of
man.
those are really hard too.
That's awesome. Brenda, did you have anything you want to ask Bill?
I don't know, nothing specifically. I'm kind of just like enjoying listening to the conversation, but all y'all asking all these like really technical musical questions, and you know, I ask shit like when was the last time you pet a monkey, like, you know.
I've pet where's my little wiener dog?
Oh, I saw him in the
All right.
background a little earlier. He's
Dog
off
lover.
to your right.
Yeah, he was walking around there.
Oh, you saw him?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, he
Where
snuck
is he?
by.
He ducked in the room behind you.
we saw Bill's wiener.
Are you in here, Slinky?
You're gonna get us flagged.
Oh, how do you get flagged?
Yeah, you can't do anything more to me that hasn't already been done.
Yeah.
Where did he go? Oh, he's not here. I don't know where he is. He's
Stealth
usually
wiener.
in there on my bed. Where are you
You jump
at?
up out of there.
Oh, there he is. There he is.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
He's all
Under the
Oh.
blankets and smiling.
Did you see him? Did you see him smile?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
He's a
absolutely.
good. Oh, he's a good old puppy. He's a good puppy, boy. I mean, you talk about a companion. Oh man.
Oh,
That's
awesome.
cool, man.
Well, you know, since we're talking about pets, you want to see my chickens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here you go.
How many chickens?
There's 4 of them.
Oh wow. So do you eat eggs?
Yeah.
Oh wow, cool. That's cool. I always thought that would be cool to
Yeah.
have
So-
eggs like that way.
So yeah, they're just like chilling in my room right now until they're big enough to put outside.
Do you have more outside?
No, it'll be just them in the coop once they're big enough. But they're too little to go out there right now. They'd get eaten.
Yeah, sure.
So they're just chilling right over there.
Oh yeah.
Here goes Otis.
Chickens. Little chickens. Oh no,
I have
little
nothing to
puppy.
show.
Little puppy. Oh,
He's a
what kind of a
chihuahua.
puppy is that?
He's a Chihuahua, Bill. His name's Otis.
A little puppy. That a good little puppy.
Dixie.
Where did he go? Where's the puppy?
There he is. Say
Oh,
hi,
yeah.
Otis.
Oh, the
Say hi
little
to everybody.
puppy. I love that baby puppy. That's a good little baby puppy. That's a good little
He's
baby.
all right. He's good. He's a good dog.
Nixie.
Yeah, it's a good little puppy.
Yeah, he likes to bark at people.
Apparently, we're still in
Favorite
Yeah,
pastime.
so,
bar night.
so Slinky. Slinky's got little man syndrome.
Oh yeah, mine does too.
All right. Well, if we're showing
you know.
pets, come here. Nick.
Punk rock pets.
I mean, can our show be like this, or does it have to have some sort of structure?
No, you can do whatever you want, Bill.
I never know what
Time,
people
man.
want.
No,
Clearly, I'm no Cronkite. He's no Dan Rather. We're just gonna sit here and talk if that's okay, and you can do what you want to do, sir. You know, your time, we appreciate it, and you know, you can spend it however you like with us.
Wait, so if I make a reminder in my phone to fix my reminders in my phone, but then the
That's
phone,
like having a post-it note to
see,
read
it
post-it notes.
even says, like, can you see that?
Yeah, I can see it. Trevor McEwen.
How many
right
alerts?
there.
How many alerts?
Dude,
Not
where's
one
your
alert,
phone?
but
Dude,
2
that's
alerts.
that's my name on Bill Stevenson's phone.
It
Do
sure
you
is.
see that? Do you see that?
That is rad. Yes, I most
It's
definitely do.
documented.
And I didn't get the alerts. I didn't get the alerts.
Oh, it's okay,
That's
Bill. Don't
all
worry
good,
about it.
dude.
Wait, the one day
We're here
I had
now.
Chris Dolly waiting 35 minutes on me. The man, the drummer from Authority Zero. He was waiting. The man, he was so gracious. He waited 35 minutes for us to get our shit together.
Oh,
I couldn't believe it. I felt terrible.
well, they're,
You know,
they're pretty nice guys. I always have a good time when I have them at the studio.
You do a hell of a job with their music too, sir. Very, very, very good. Thank you.
Yeah, they're really good players and everything too. I mean, it makes the whole thing funner when a band can just really execute their ideas, when it's not kind of jumbled pile of mess, and you know, then your job becomes to kind of just try to make sense of it. And
Yeah.
Sure.
yeah, they're great. Yeah, I like them.
That's awesome. You've had a lot of great bands out there. A lot of great bands. I mean, you've took on a whole other career life, like, you know, a whole other life doing the Blaster Room. I mean, you had Rise Against, you had Authority Zero, you had, I mean, I
It's a
go
bar.
on and on and on and on.
Lemonheads.
Yeah. Do you like playing out more, Bill, or do you like doing your producing work? What do you like better?
I think I like the fact that I have a variety of things I can do. It seems like what makes me pretty happy is if I can split my time between producing and engineering and then mixing, which is kind of a separate thing because I can do that usually by myself without other people around. So that's kind of like my quiet time, meditative time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then songwriting and then drumming. You know, if I can kind of, you know, touring, if I can kind of split my time between those things, it keeps me from getting bored, you know, with any one of those things.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Do you get a lot of gigs that are just mixing?
Yeah, it seems like particularly if I'm speaking about the studio as a whole, you know, because there's 5 of us there.
Right.
You know, we have 4 engineers, but like this blasting room as a whole, it seems like we're getting about, I don't know, maybe 40% of the stuff we do is mixing, maybe 30.
A lot more people
And
recording. at home.
in COVID, we had a lot more mixing. I think bands were just sending us their hard drives to mix because they couldn't really come out and record at the blasting room during lockdown.
Yeah.
Speaking of undoing a mess, do you get those? I bet some of those files are pretty hard to read. People couldn't commit to anything, and
Oh well, you
kick
know,
drums and just
it all varies. You get some stuff that's more, you know, more amateurish, and then other stuff that's where you're like, "Ooh, wow! I wonder how they recorded that snare. That sounds really good." You know, where you never know. You never know. Like
everything's labeled right.
What Forrest Gump said, or yeah, the worst is when it's like audio 1. The next channel says audio 1.1. Then the next channel says audio 1 duplicate 1.2. And it's like, well, can't you call it kick and snare? Like, you really got to put me through that?
But no, I have other engineer friends who charge extra for that. Like, you're wasting both of our times. It's going to cost me. It's going to cost you more now.
Oh yeah, I just usually try to be preemptive about it when I'm setting up the project. You know, I'll mention in the email, it'd be good if all your tracks are in order and labeled, and I wouldn't want to. I'd feel bad charging them for their incompetence. It's almost like adding insult to injury. They're already not going to make it. You know, and then they're going to be broke too.
Yeah.
Well, you know, they got their shit fixed by you know, down there at the you know, your place. Hey, have you been doing anything with Black Flag lately? The flag thing, is that still going?
Well, the last time we played was about two years ago at Punk Rock Bowling, and it was so much fun. That was the funnest one ever. Oh man, yeah, it's really fun doing that. Those are my oldest friends in the world. I've known Keith since I was maybe 8. You know,
that's amazing.
Wow.
And you know, I've known Des and Chuck, and I mean, I was just a little kid when I started hanging around them. I was just a dumb little kid. And I feel like we're better friends now, especially like Chuck and I. We're really, really good friends now. Back in the day, we weren't as close maybe, but now we're really close. And I've always been really close with Dezo. I love Dezo, one of my favorite people in the whole world, you know, and so is Keith.
Awesome,
and Chuck. I mean, everybody, Ron, Henry, Kira, I love them all. I could get anybody that I've ever played in a band with, I could get them on the phone right now and be like, hey man, how are you? And we'd have a conversation. The only one that I couldn't really do that with is Greg, because of, you know, the stuff he did with
Greg's Greg.
Yeah, but that's I mean, I'm not alone there. I don't, you know, that's kind of
sure.
I don't know why he did that stuff, but yeah.
I think I could see that it's probably, you know, your friends probably enjoy talking to you. I mean, I've never met you, sir, and I'm enjoying talking to you. So I mean, you know, I can definitely see where you have no problem getting them on the phone. You know.
My buddy Shane from Two Cow Garage said he had a pretty inspirational conversation with you the last time they were in Fort Collins.
Oh, let me see. Now, when was that?
I don't know. He was all like, yeah, Bill came up to me and said, I wrote 3 songs listening to you.
Yeah. That was at the swing station. It was in LaPorte, not in Fort Collins, but it's
okay.
Yeah, I do remember that. I wrote some lyrics while they were playing. I do remember that.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, that's not something I would do. I wouldn't get, you know, oh, I'm inspired. I wouldn't, but I did, and I told them about it. Because I don't know, their lyrics are so powerful. I just felt like
Micah is something else. The rest of us would approach this really personal stuff and end up sounding like creepily self-conscious. And to him, it's like, wow, it's liberating. The most, you know, intimate stuff, and it never seems creepy or self-conscious. I don't know how he does it, you know?
Yeah, kind of watching them kind of remind me of when the first maybe time or two that I saw Against Me, I kind of had that sort of a nice feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're great. They were great. She's a great performer now. I had listened to her solo album recently, and I thought it was really good.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
I haven't heard it. But we've always been pretty, you know, pretty friendly with them, but we've never actually done a tour together.
The solo album's great, Bill.
You guys are pretty much doing like weekend tours now, right? I mean, I noticed like the last Descendents tour, you're doing like weekend blocks, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Thursday, Friday.
Yeah,
I noticed on the back of my.
Yeah, we're a dad band.
Dad band, you can fly in for these dates. Well, no, Perfect. King's X does the same.
Hey, why
thing.
not? More people can go out on the weekends.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
It's true.
We all appreciate it. Trust me, Bill.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, it's got to be better for you guys too. I mean, just send somebody ahead with the truck and you just fly in, or even like you guys kind of rent some stuff some places too. Like
we don't. There's no truck. We just fly in with whatever gear we can bring on the thing as luggage.
Oh really?
And then that's why there's the amps are always different.
I haven't used my own drum set on tour or a leg since, maybe 2007.
Oh
That's
shit.
incredible.
Yeah,
You don't even bring your own snare?
so what I bring, here's my setup. I have my book bag. I call it a backpack, but it's small. I
Right.
think people now call those book bags.
Yeah.
My
Right.
small backpack.
Oh yeah.
Right.
And then my rolly with my clothes in it. And then my cymbals, and then a snare. So one case has my cymbals, my sticks, and my stinky shoes and my tools. Okay. And then I'm not kidding, I'll show you. And then the other case has my snare drum and my 2 kick drum pedals.
Nice.
And did I already say my sticks? My
Yeah.
sticks.
Yes.
Oh,
There were the shoes.
Yeah, I meant to ask him that if he uses a double bass or uses single kick.
It's single kick.
That's single.
It's a single
That's
kick.
what I thought. That's what I thought.
He just has a backup pedal in case one snaps. I saw Rocket from the Crypt once, and Mario's pedal snapped in the middle of the first song.
Rocket from the Crypt.
And he broke it. Yeah. And he stormed off stage. And
Here
So
they
when
are.
I bought these, they were navy.
I got the same pair.
Wow. They're Cook Whites now.
That's awesome.
When I bought when Kurt Soto gave them to me in Vans, they were navy. Now look at them.
Those have seen some
Those
drumming.
those are the
Oh,
tour
yeah.
shoes.
Oh yeah. The whole
love
where
it.
the toes go.
Yeah.
That's
But
awesome.
I like a thin, I'm not gonna say it cheap, but I like a thin shoe, for playing in. I would play barefoot, but it hurts. So I
Yeah.
kind of like, these are like the next best thing to barefoot.
Oh, absolutely.
I got the low cut stuck there.
Slogan. Vans, the next best thing to barefoot.
I can get down with that.
They'll take it. I
That
guarantee
is
it.
the slogan.
Yeah.
I'll tell
I
you.
was always kind of surprised at like the polarity. Like Nico from Iron Maiden plays barefoot, but then Tony Aldridge can play in cowboy boots. the rest of my friends all wearing Chuck
You
Taylors.
said Tommy Aldridge?
Yeah,
Tommy Aldridge?
yeah.
How
Did I
old
say
are
it
you?
right?
How old are you?
I'm 50.
Oh, you're 50. Oh, okay. I'm like, how would these guys know about Tommy Aldridge?
Hey,
Well,
hey, we're
uh,
older.
We're older
Yeah, a
than
bit.
you think we are.
We just look good for our age.
Yeah.
Well, you
Yeah.
seem fun. You seem fun. Most old people aren't fun. Kind of like, you ever feel like you don't have any peers?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm 57. I'm
My
57.
whole-
You find me a 57-year-old in this town that I could hang out with.
I'm 47. I'm 47. So
I'm
46.
42.
Well,
Yeah.
I was blessed in my younger years. All my friends were older. That's how I got my punk rock education. And I fell under the wing of all these OGs from Philly.
Are you a drummer?
No, I'm just a songwriter.
You're a guitarist in the
He's a
song.
wonderful songwriter.
I'm just
Oh,
a songwriter. I mean, this is my little studio setup. Yeah, so
Oh, cool.
I guess I'm swinging it around too fast.
Mine.
Yeah,
Here,
yeah.
I'll show you mine.
I've
Tell
been
me
playing with
if
Cakewalk.
is it centered up good or something? Or?
Oh yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, here we go.
Fucking sweet.
Am I doing it right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
you're doing it
Oh,
much
yeah.
better than I did.
Oh wow.
Oh. Mm.
So this is just in my basement here.
Oh,
Oh wow.
So this is where I was during a lot of COVID.
Damn.
I can think of worse places to be during pandemics.
Yeah, I'd be locked down there.
Yeah, I think it'd be fine
then-
with me.
Yeah, but it's all kind of
Badass.
right here. It's all kind of right here, and then there's my bed, and then there's Slinky.
I see.
And then I
Hey,
got my TV there, and then there I got my exercise bike, And then I got this treadmill here, and I got that resistance band, and then I got the dumbbells, and I got the rolly thing. The rolly thing for my back. So once it was locked down, I just, well, okay, I'll mix records in my basement, and I'll quit the gym and just do my exercising in the basement, and
looks great.
So you pretty much do everything in the box then? Since you can mix in your basement.
I mean, I've been, here I do it, yeah. But at the studio, we
It's
have
hybrid.
At the studio we have the consoles. We've got the SSL and the API.
All the sexy shit.
Yeah, I think the most important tool is the ear. The other you can get a good sound with whatever console, or or without one, or with tape or not tape. But it's really your ear is what's the thing.
Yeah.
Not the knobs.
It is nice to know how to use the knobs though.
Yeah, sometimes though. But each time you move one of those, one of two things is going to happen. Well, make 3. You're either going to make it sound better, or you're going to make it sound worse. Or maybe you're going to make a lateral move. So it's just different, but it's not better or worse.
Yeah. Right.
People think that if they lay their hand on the knob, they're going to make it better. But if you think about that, that's really, really egotistical to think that.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, I get that.
So whenever I lay my hand on the knob, whether virtual or not, console or in the box, it's like, okay, am I going to make it better, or am I just going to make it different? Or maybe I'm going to make it worse. It really makes you think about what you're doing,
Right.
Absolutely. One should think about what they're doing in that situation. I mean, I would assume that they're probably.
I got to be honest with myself. Like, what am I, some special person? If I start twiddling knobs, it's going to get better. It's ridiculous, to think about it like that.
I mean, it's good. You do a great job. The Rise Against records that you did are their best, like bar none. The Authorities era records are, I love them. Yeah. And then the records you guys have done are just, I mean, that sound is iconic. There's nothing that sounds like a Descendents record. It is what it is. And we appreciate it. I thank you personally. I've spent a lot of time listening to your music, and it's great.
Yeah, agreed.
It's great.
They all sound great.
You know what record recently I did that is the very newest Good Riddance record is really, really nice. They wrote just an incredible batch of songs, I think.
Yeah, they did.
And I love that record a lot, man.
That has to be awesome though. Like, you get to meet all these cool, these cool bands, you get, older bands, younger bands. I mean, it seems like everyone comes through there now. And, you do just such a solid job on them all. I mean, they just have that sound. It's almost like you've really created a signature sound coming out of the blast room, Bill. You really have.
Well, yeah, I feel like I've been lucky my whole life, going all the way back to meeting Keith and meeting Frank and Tony, and meeting like all the Black Flag guys and the guys from the band The Last, the Nolte brothers. Yeah. And then also later on, I mean, meeting Jason, who's my partner at the studio, and then Andrew, who's been there almost 20 years now with us, and Chris, who's been there over 10 years, and Jonathan, who came in and single-handedly built us 2 new studios in that building. So we have 4 studios now. I feel like I have been the luckiest of lucky people by somehow meeting all these geniuses, and then I kind of get to cruise along with them. And Jason and Andrew and Chris and Jonathan, I mean, it's Stefan, Carl, Milo, Scott, Dave, Doug, Ray, Tony, Frank, Des, Ron, Keith, Henry, Greg and Chuck, Robo, the Nolties, you know, and then just to be able to see all those bands too back then, to be able to see, you could go out and it would be like, okay, the Germs, X, the Go-Go's, and Fear, $6.
Yeah.
I mean, I just felt like I was just, I can't even believe it. I mean, who could believe that? Who could believe that I could have been this little teenager and just falling into all this good fortune? It's just, yeah.
That's fantastic, Bill. It really is.
I want to go to that show.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, maybe not all 4 of those on one tour, but I mean, it was pretty much like that. It was like,
Yeah, it was.
on any given evening, you could just go and you could see, you know, the Weirdos, the Go-Go's, the Flyboys, the Screamers,
The Blasters.
the Blasters, the Flesh Eaters. I mean, it was just unbelievable. The Plugs, the Alley Cats, holy man. I think when Ninth of Walnut comes out, you'll hear the real final homage to the Alley Cats. Myage was like a econo homage to the Alley Cats, but there's a song that Tony, he wrote it before Myage. It's called I'll Never Make It Through the Night, Nightage, and that one's really like, you can really hear the Alley Cats influence on that one the most. Awesome. With that like Batman, or you know, like the Ruts, Babylon burning, you know, that kind of a sound, like
absolutely. Almost like a rockabilly kind of thing, almost sort of like the bass that you know, it carries along like
walking bass. Yeah,
that's what I was looking for, Chris. Thank you.
What's that noise?
Words, everybody. I mean, you guys couldn't see. I was totally lost there.
Hey, Miles, my son.
Yeah.
My music partner. He's been my music partner during COVID.
Nice.
Right on.
That's awesome.
Actually, that's one of the things that I was going to ask, is that, you know, being as that you are so incredibly busy all the time with everything that you do, was COVID just an incredibly, like, a massive screeching halt for you? Like, how was that with having to just like sit still?
I mean, I feel horrible about people that, you know, lost their homes, or, you know, lost their job, you know, maybe became homeless and, you know, had to move in with their parents, or had to move in with their grandparents, or, you know, those sorts of things.
Yeah.
Those are the, or that got COVID and that died, or that are having long-term illness from it. I mean, those are the people that can complain about COVID. I mean, me personally, no. I mean, you just saw my little world here. So
yeah.
I don't hang out much. I don't go to the bar. I don't go to the restaurant. I don't care about that stuff. I'm not antisocial. I just I don't need much social activity in my life. Yeah. I'm just been down here doing what I always do. And then, except for the fact that there's no concerts, the only thing is, let's say if things don't get turned around here, and let's say if this were to go on for another 8 or 10 months, I would have to maybe sell my house or refinance it or something.
Yeah.
I would be out of money. But other than that, no, I hadn't, it did not affect me one bit, like not at all. Cause I'm just doing what I always do. Like I said, I moved the only places I go is the gym and the grocery store and the blasting room. So I moved the gym and I've been doing studio work in my little basement studio. So I'm good. I'm good. The only thing I had to do is go to the grocery with a mask on. I call it hazmat grocery run.
Yes,
Hazmat grocery run.
that's awesome.
There's an album title for you.
We
Yeah,
put it
there
on
you go.
that shirt. You know, we did that tour shirt, but it's not a real tour.
Yeah, couch sitting.
I'll have to look at that.
You got the shirt, Mark, the one with where he's got the
No,
mask
I
on?
just got the Everything Sucks shirt here.
No, I mean, we did a tour shirt this year, but all the tour dates are this trumped up fake shit, you know. And one of the tour dates is like, you know, June 24th, hazmat grocery run. You know,
Fuck yeah.
June
I have to see
25th,
that.
failed Zoom show. You know, this kind of
So, that's awesome.
That is
That was
awesome. I
awesome.
didn't know about that.
I'll have to
Yeah,
check.
my wife didn't get me that one. She surprised me with other ones though, like this one, and the masks.
I wonder if there are still any.
You can all
Checking Kings Road right now.
Kings Road. That's where I was
Yeah,
going.
I was
I can't
gonna-
find one that I really want. Like for anybody, and they always have it, but you got to wait forever on it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
From
But it
Kings
does. You
Road?
get it. Oh yeah. Well, you know, like for instance, there was a Bad Religion T-shirt I wanted. Oh, just for instance, it had Trump and Putin on it, and I couldn't get it anywhere. I just couldn't get it anywhere. And I went over there to the Kings Road one, and sure enough, they have it. It'll take a while to get, but hey, if I really want it, I don't care, you know, about waiting. So, you know,
So do
they're
you
always
feel
pretty
like
good about that.
they take longer than most places take?
Well, it's only because it's in England, I think. I'm assuming because it's, you know, being shipped, you know, out of
Kings
the
Road's
country.
not in England.
No.
Well, they have the EU site. That's where I always find the like the ones like if I can't get my size in the Kings Road American site.
Okay, because
I
I
go to
mean
the English site.
they're in LA, you know.
Yeah, well, I know that, but they have a site that's in England as
Oh,
well.
and that's where you find rarities.
You
huh?
find exactly. You find some of the ones that you can't find over here because they're more popular.
Oh, okay. I see.
We have heard from some Australian fans on some of our pages that they complain that the shipping is too high to get to Australia. And
Oh,
Yeah.
there's the lady puppy.
Oh.
Oh,
The lady.
Hi,
Hi,
miss.
lady. Hi, lady. You want to do an interview? This is a good baby.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good baby. That's my good
Is
baby.
that her name? Is it
Yeah,
lady?
lady.
Oh.
Lady.
That's my.
Where's
good
the tramp?
baby.
That
Yeah,
was
right.
my next question.
The lady and the wiener.
Trevor, that's a different kind of movie.
Hey, just poor Canadian humor. Come on.
Bill, I do have to ask something here. The 90s, I found Breaking Things as like an advance. And then I found Pummel the same way. So I never spent a lot of money on all, but those tapes like lived in my little cassette player, you know, on the train rides back and forth from Palo Alto to San Francisco. So that's where I was at the time. But a lot of fans are still wondering, is there ever going to be another all record? Even if it's a double live record with Dave, Scott, and Chad all singing their songs somehow.
I mean, there's nothing really stopping us from doing one, but it just, I guess it hasn't happened. I guess maybe we're guilty of kind of having been focused on Descendents recently.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know. There's no, our band doesn't really have a divine plan for things. We
Right.
can't just let the whimsical tides take us where they do. So I wish I had a more slick answer to that question.
Well, I mean, we've been waiting for a new all record longer than we waited for a new Descendants record, but when Everything Sucks came out, you know.
Oh, that's true, isn't it? That's true.
No
Well, at least
complaints. No complaints, though, Bill. No complaints.
At least when it comes out, it'll be badass.
Yeah,
Everything sucks
exactly.
is worth the wait.
Fuck yeah.
Oh,
That was
it definitely was.
That was a great. Holy shit! Bill, coffee mug. How did you play that fast? I still can't do it. I've been
Well,
trying.
because I learned a few tricks from watching Zeke.
Kicking the teeth. Okay, yeah, Zeke. Okay, right on.
Yeah, the album like Super Sound Racing. That album.
The one you guys produced?
We produced a couple, but yeah, that's one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I learned. We learned some things from Zeke about how to do that kind of that hillbilly stomp like that. That kind of that. It's a little different feel. It's not the same thing as like I Want to Be a Bear. No. Definitely not the same thing as like that kind of that Fat Records way of playing fast. It's a different thing. Stefan calls it the hillbilly hardcore stomp.
I can get behind that.
I like that.
If you listen to Zeke, if you listen to Super Sound Racing, I think you hear that. You hear the hillbilly hardcore stomp.
It's like a sped up 9 pound
how we Coffee Mug is heavily Zeke influenced.
That song, I've tried to play along with that for I don't know, God knows how long. And I've tried.
You
like
play
you said,
drums?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay, well, so here's the thing. Only play the hat on the when the snare hits.
Okay. Really? I mean, thanks.
Yeah. I know you might think of that as, because I always did. I would think of that as cheating.
Yeah.
Okay, right?
A little bit, sure, but I mean, if it whatever works, you know.
But then I watched Zeke and I went, oh, okay, I see. It's not about how many times you hit the hi-hat. It's about what kind of a feel you're giving off.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Almost like a less is more. Because like those bluegrass bands, they're just hauling ass like Flat and Scruggs and stuff. They don't even have a drummer. But it's that it's that feeling.
You get the chop.
Oh, wow.
That train groove.
Yeah, the hillbilly hardcore stomp.
I like that.
You know, Johnny Cash was doing that like in the 60s, like just, and they'd be flying, you know. I still don't know like really how to do that on, you know, like Mark was calling it the train beat or whatever.
Yeah.
That was something I still haven't mastered, but I'll tell you, so you just, you know, instead of, you know, 1 and 2, and you just hit the hi-hat every time you hit the snare, and apparently
because there's no pattern. There's no pattern. It's just kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare. So it's
okay.
It's better than like that 80s hardcore thing when it's
yeah, I mean that
it
didn't work.
It's like Zeke. I'm telling you here.
Oompa.
Yeah, it's
it didn't
like
match up.
Zeke.
So I disappeared there for a minute, but Mark said something that made me think about this, so I went and got it.
I don't want to grow up.
Nice.
Oh, cassette.
That's an old one.
Show me. Oh, wait. Is it a cassette?
Oh,
you guys are 40, yeah.
Yes, sir.
There we are.
Yeah, I'm almost 50. So, so actually,
here,
Bill,
listen.
Well, Bill.
Oh, what are we playing?
I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you something.
So I went and got this out of my tape box.
Zeke.
Yeah, he's just
oh yeah,
snare.
I love it.
Those dudes are fast. They were fast. I just, to me, like for my money, that song was, oh wow, I could never figure that out. The dude No Effects is fast, but he's not that fast.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Smelly's fast, man. Definitely fast.
Love it, dude.
I love
Zeke
it.
is, I mean, Zeke's good. They're a good band. The only one I ever had was Kicked in the Teeth, the one that was on Epitaph.
See, that's how you do it.
That's
how you do it.
Hey, man, I'm going to give that a shot. You can bet on that. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
I'm making my drummer do that next time we get to jam. we
You
should
don't have
be
to
at a
worry about
lockdown
double
in a
strokes
few
like
weeks.
Dickies or anything.
Listen to this one.
That sounds like the Nobodies.
That's great.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, I didn't mean to interrupt. So we were on the I Don't Want to Grow Up cassette. That's where we
Oh,
were.
yeah.
Yes, Brenda.
No. I was just I just had to bring this out because it is proof that we're old as fuck. But
At the same time, cassettes are making a comeback.
They are.
but Bill,
Sure.
you're exactly, well, almost exactly 10 years older than me because we're both September babies. So
Those are
when
recent.
I got this when I was like 15, 14, 15. So yeah, had it all these years. Never let it go.
That's cool.
Yeah, I know I've got more. That's just the one that was on top. So I grabbed it.
Yeah.
It's a good one to have on top.
Oh, hell
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I listened to that thing. I'm surprised it's not fucking worn completely out, but I'm sure if I could actually find a tape player, it would still play.
Yeah. My wife scoured the internet for another copy of two things at once. Because
In
mine
what
had got
format? In what
on
format?
CD. On CD, and it still was like $30 or something.
Oh, whoa, that's lame.
You guys should reissue it. how come there's no way you guys can get past Greg to reissue the Cruise and SST stuff?
I don't know what he's doing. I don't really know.
Okay, I mean, I didn't know if you guys still had the masters or not the masters, but I was curious about that.
Yeah,
It
I
just
don't
popped
know.
in my head. I didn't mean to bring up old business or whatever.
Hey, Kristen, did you want to ask anything?
Yeah, actually, Bill, I did have a question. One of the things that struck me when I was first introduced to the Descendents was that the songs, and it was touched on in Filmage, the documentary, the songs all have a very personal feel to them. And you also mentioned that you weren't like, a socio-political guy in the documentary. And a lot of punk rock at the time when you guys started playing was politically driven. Has that changed at all in the past few years now that it seems like being politically aware is almost a necessity? Or are you still more grounded in the personal experiences? I know the two most recent singles, Milo wrote them, and they're definitely politically driven. I was just curious what your position was as far as what you write.
Yeah, well, so the band has always had 4 songwriters, so whoever was in the band, we were always dividing the songwriting up 4 ways. So in that regard, like we never have like a cohesive sound that's like, okay, this is what a Descendents song sounds like. A Descendents song could sound like In My Van, or it could sound like I Want to Be a Bear, or it could sound like, just whatever we wanted to.
No.
And I think that in the last 4 years, Milo in particular, it's been on his mind, all of that stuff. And I don't know. I think it's one thing to be political, or to write songs that are political, but then it's another thing to be socially conscious and socially aware, and then it's yet another thing to just kind of live in your own little world and write songs about chicks and stuff. But I'm 57. I can't write about like the girl that I have a crush on in French class. You know,
This is true. That
right?
would be
I mean,
illegal.
that would be weird, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I'm
being
not,
in French class.
yeah,
is
but
weird.
I'm not trying to write, you know, about Donald Trump or something. That I have no interest in that. That's not.
Yeah.
That isn't within my circle of influence. It's barely even within my circle of concern. But there's nothing I can really do about that other than vote.
Yeah.
And so I'm just trying to, you know what I mean? I'm just trying to be a good guy. I'm trying to, I think the golden rule is better than any of the laws, you know, do unto others as you'd have them do unto you.
Absolutely.
And I think if we all just followed the golden rule, then all of the politics, it wouldn't matter. It would just kind of fade away. And I know that sounds really kind of hippie-ish of me, but that's
it sounds very human.
That's how I roll. I think, you know, Christ and Darwin had the same thing. Christ is like, do unto others, you know, be a good person, you'll go to heaven. And Darwin is like, be a good person or someone's gonna fucking kill you. Survival of the fittest, you know, survival.
Fuck yeah.
And so, but it's the same, you get to the same spot either way, which is like, don't be a dick.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think that should be the new golden rule.
That's
the
extent of my politics. I am my brother's keeper. I don't want to bear witness to poverty and not do anything about it. I mean, we practically like trip over homeless people on our way to go get a $6 coffee. I mean, there's shit each of us can do.
Yes.
There's shit each of us can do. And that's more where my focus is. I don't really sort of what Congress does. I mean, that system's all broken anyway. It doesn't.
Absolutely.
That whole system's broken. I mean, even Obama couldn't really get much done. I loved Obama, but he couldn't. He couldn't really get much done because our system doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I kind of just, I guess I operate outside of it. I guess that sounds like a privileged thing to say, but that's.
And you're not hurting anybody.
Yeah, you know, if you're doing the right thing and you're doing no harm, I feel like that's the best way to be. Which could be
I'm totally on board with the fact that, you know, Milo has had a stick in his craw, and that's like, okay, yeah, you want to write about that? Write about that. It's his song, you know. It's not my song.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
I thought it was great, personally.
What was that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was great to hear him like speak on things. Like I thought it was great.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, it's not out of the realm of our whatever. I mean, on our first album, you got Hey Hey on our first EP, which is that's maybe socio-political, and then you got M16 on Milo Goes to College. So it's not like we've always just had our head in the sand. And then later on, Carl wrote, you know, American, yes. There's also Caught, you know, that song Caught on Everything Sucks.
Yes.
It's not like we just only write ballads or something. You know, we just
Rotting Out. I mean, that was that's what I took from that. It went away. I mean, you know, it seemed like Rotting Out was Milo was saying there was kind of, you know, everything's getting pushed under the rug and it's all going to die.
Well, the great thing about Rotting Out is you can view it macro that way, but it's actually about his household growing up. You know, he lived in this house full of brains, you know, so many minds and nobody ever speaks. That was about his household growing up. But the bottom line is like he's saying, I'm not going to pass that on to my kids, you know, beat my head till I can speak. Not going to let it happen to me. Like he's not going to do that way in his household.
Right.
And, or like that song, Just Like Them. Just Like Them and Rotting Out are sort of cousin songs.
Yeah.
I can see that.
I definitely.
But the best songs, you can take them on a macro level, and the really best songs each person, it can be about whatever that person wants it to be, like
Absolutely.
the way thank you is, you know.
Thank you is, oh my God. Yeah, you just nailed that one. I think everybody's got their own thing with that, you know, and even, I mean, Hope is obviously pretty straightforward, but everybody's got, I think that is a Descendents fan that's heard your music, has their own kind of like experience with that song, you know what I mean? Like everybody's been through that. And, you know, so that they hear what happened to them in it, and it's phenomenal, you know. I think it touched a lot of people.
I got a funny story about thank you. I kind of worked up this bluegrass arrangement for it when I first moved back to Colorado Springs and got hooked up with JJ's bar here, Triple Nickel, JJ Nobody. I got up there and I sang it. And for a long time.
Where do you live now?
Colorado Springs.
Oh, whoa. Did you still see them?
Well, I haven't seen them in a while, but they just opened the new bar.
So I don't know what they're like. Do you still see Maggie?
I haven't seen Maggie since the divorce, so they've been around. But yeah, I mean, I haven't really been out since COVID for one. Then the bar shut down, so I haven't really seen anybody in a year. But yeah, I know all those people, Joel and, you know, Ski and whatever.
Oh, but, Ski, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, great sound man, yeah. Yeah, but I started playing the song, just working it into the set. And then it got to a point where I couldn't do a show there without playing that damn song. I was like, oh, you're the guy that does a Descendants song. But it's a bit like doing covers on YouTube. Nobody wants to hear your originals. You know, it's like everybody falls in love with your covers, but nobody wants your originals. But yeah, a lot of people love my.
Have a really good spot when you're an unknown band, because they allow you to set up like a triangulation or a constant of proportionality between you and the audience. So It's like, okay, I'm playing and you're okay, I know that song and you know that song. And now you're hearing me play that song. So it tells you something about me because you're hearing how I interpret that song. It tells you something about me that you can't necessarily know when I'm playing my own songs. So I think they're really helpful for brand new bands, or in the case of Devo, where you reinvent the song like Satisfaction.
Yeah,
well,
absolutely.
I'm from Akron. If a band can do that, that's great, you know.
I'm from Akron, Bill. That's where I'm at right now. Devo, the home of Devo.
Where I'm at too.
And Chris, yep.
Well, so how do you guys all know each other? Or
Facebook.
Well, it started with Punk Rock Dads, and then it evolved to Punk Rock Family.
Yeah. I mean, there could just as easily have been like 10 people on this.
More.
We just got a
500 people.
member.
No, I mean, right now when I joined into this, there could have been like 20 people in here.
You
Sure.
never
500. You could have did as many as you wanted, but I mean, there's one page, this group that started off as Punk Rock Dads, and that's kind of where we all kind of intermingled. And Matt started Punk Rock Family, so that women could be able to be a part of the thing, because a woman snuck into Punk Rock Dads and a bunch of guys closed up. Like, oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't care for it.
Yeah.
No girls
I was raised by my mom.
It's really crazy how our whole language and everything is so male centric. It's you know, it's hard to just undo that overnight. But I think the most important thing is not to try to undo it overnight, but to just to be aware, you know, to include everybody, don't exclude anybody.
Absolutely.
We're talking about race or gender, age, whatever we're talking about. Let everybody play. Why, you know, let everybody play. What's wrong with, you know, with that?
Exactly.
Yeah,
I've never seen punk rock as an exclusive club. It's always been inclusive.
Helping
each other out.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time. You've been wonderful. I've done, this is probably the sixth interview we've had, Bill, and I can't tell you I've enjoyed one more than sitting here talking to you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's been fantastic, Bill.
Absolutely, Bill. Thank you very much.
It's something in my mouth. Okay, there we go.
Oh,
All right, Bill. It's been awesome.
Hey, what are you knitting?
busted.
He's talking to you, not us.
Oh, I'm like, wait.
Wait, what? Tell me what it is. Is it an
An
Afghan?
Afghan.
Yeah.
Oh man, my mom made me the best Afghan. And then one time when we were on tour, and the cops would kick us out of our practice room where we were all sleeping and everything. While we were on tour, they'd come in and just evacuate whatever little amounts of belongings we had. And then I lost, so there went my Afghan from my mom. But then she made me another one before she passed away, and I have that one. I have like the replacement Afghan. Yeah.
I
I think what Bill's trying to tell you is you need to make him an Afghan.
No, I have it. I have my mom's one. I was just saying I like Afghans. I would like to know how to knit and sew. It's something maybe I should learn.
It's crochet. It's one.
That's crochet.
Yeah.
There's knitting, crocheting, and needlepoint.
Yeah.
What else is there?
There's a lot.
Embroidery.
Well, then there's matting too, like to make the doilies and whatnot.
Oh,
That's crochet.
That's crochet too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
there's
it's
crochet
one
one with the
hook.
hooks on the end.
my sister used to do all that. She used to know how to do it. She still sews. She's got her whole little sewing station in her. And, oh, wow, you're hauling ass.
Oh no, that's
Oh.
slow.
Oh, here's our little co-producer. He kind of.
He's got to go to
This
bed.
is I always say here in interview, I make stuff.
All right, Bill. We'd like to thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
It's been an absolute honor, dude.
I'm
Been
sorry
amazing.
I was late.
Oh,
Oh no, it's
Nothing to
okay.
worry
We were
about
having our
there.
own technical
Oh
difficulties.
man, you're good.
yes.
Nothing to worry about.
It's been an honor. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, it was my pleasure. Thank you for having me. And you guys have a good night, a good evening.
Absolutely.
You too. Thanks
too.
a lot.
Thanks a
Bill,
lot.
Thank you very much.
Hey,
Okay.
scratch those dogs for me.
See you later.
All right. Cheers, Bill.
Bye.
Take care, bud.
Bye.
Well, that was fun.
Woo!
Yeah, well,
So the first thing, wait a minute before anybody says anything. The first thing I'd like to say is, so Mark, do you see why they get long now? Do you see why
Doing
the interviews
interviews.
get long now?
Well, especially when there's 5 people. You mean
I
Matt?
asked one question.
No, it's, you had
in
to-
fairness,
well,
in fairness.
I took every opening I could, and I still didn't get to ask the smart ass question about why there's so many all songs with women's names in them.